All right, good morning. Good morning to everyone within this grand ecosystem on my channel and all our subscribers. I greet you all and I hope that you had a very restful night. Today, I'm going to drop some good news for you, or well, depending on how you perceive this or how you're going to view this. Today is the 15th of April, 2025, and it's a wonderful Tuesday morning. So I'm going to drop some mandate clarion call, which is very hopeful for certain of us who are still believers of this scheme, the unfolding realities of the UAAG disbursement mandate right before us. So take your seat, enjoy the deal. It's going to be between you and I, and you must understand that God is on the wheel and the wheel is in motion. This is Princessy Channel, the channel with legitimacy of information that will drop for you every now and then to keep you abreasted with events of things happening in recent, more reflective period. In moments of long-awaited promise, when the anticipation of relief stretches across time, it is only natural that hope is tested amongst us. But the integrity of a vision is not measured by the delay of its manifestation. It is only measured by the unbroken commitment to its fulfillment. And such is the case with the Sanctuary Wealth Multipurpose NGO's UAAG Grant Initiative, an endeavor that has captured the hearts, the expectations and resilience of countless individuals across this nation. For months, voices have risen, questions have echoed, and the weariness of waiting has challenged even the most steadfast individual amongst us within this ecosystem. Yet, and now, the tide is turning. This is not by hearsay, this is not by assumptions, but by technical evidence of movement. It has been verified that disbursement has technically commenced to certain classified stakeholders. It is not rhetorics. This is the beginning of the operational rollout, and it is the opening signal of what is to come for the general masses. Understand this, that in any project of national scale, especially one involving financial redistribution of such magnitude that we have right now, there are protocols, there are clearance phases, there are verifications, and there are stakeholder frameworks. All of this must be completed before full disbursement will flow to the public. These are not signs of failure or abandonment, but they are signs of due diligence and necessary structure that is meant to protect the process from collapse and to preserve the dignity of the recipient. Very importantly, the unfolding of such a process cannot and must not be reduced to what we call mere immediacy. And I hope you understand what I mean by that. If we have to unfold, don't forget, we will say that disbursement has started technically to certain classified groups of stakeholders, which is not to everyone right now. This is just a testing phase, and the full implementation cannot be unraveled at an immediate goal it cannot be unraveled at the present situation of how we have seen things, or how we have found things, or how things are unfolding. It has to be sequence by sequence. This must be seen through the lens of governance, must be seen through transparency and systems validation. Now, the technical commencement of disbursement to certain classified stakeholders is not just a symbolic gesture. It is a tangible marker of operational traction. That's the way I see it. And this signifies that the machinery of distribution has moved from planning to partial execution. You could relate to that. This is also the critical bridge between intention and implementation. Now, stakeholders in this context is going to be serving a vital purpose. Their early engagement in the distribution or in the disbursement phase change is not preferential. I want you to know that. Having to pick certain individual first to get them on the line of distribution or disbursement is not an act of partiality or an act of biasness or an act of preferential treatment. No. You are expected rather to see it as procedural. In other words, it's a process of procedure by procedure, a testing phase before full execution of a course. Now, it is through these initial waves that systems are tested, errors are anticipated and corrected, and distribution frameworks are fully optimized. If you are a science student, you could relate possibly to what I'm saying. Or if you're a computer student, you could relate to possibly what I'm saying. The optimization phase, you talk about the testing phase, the initial testing phase, then you talk about full implementation thereafter. Now imagine building a bridge across a river. Engineers are expected to first test the structure with calculated weights before allowing a multitude to cross the bridge. Now, you don't see this or classify this as favoritism. It's only few individuals that are allowed to pass through the bridge first, or certain weighted structures that are allowed to pass through the bridge first. This is what is called procedure. Initial testing phase. It is also called wisdom in governance. It's called wisdom in governance. And it is this simple or same principle that is guiding the UAAG process. Then further to this, the careful rollout to stakeholders before the masses is a demonstration of due diligence, not delay. Some of you are beginning to react. Okay, let me use the word some of us are beginning to react. We say disbursement has started. Why has it not entered my bank account? We say disbursement has started. Why are we saying disbursement has not started? We say disbursement began last week Tuesday. Why is it still appearing like some people are fighting over the fund that has started in course? You know, a lot of voices in the air. But I must bring you to an understanding that this is not an act of delay. The process ongoing is an act of due diligence. It is the institutional equivalence of setting a foundation before constructing the upper floors of a skyscraper. I want you to understand that. To bypass these phases in a rush to appease public demand would be to compromise the structural integrity of the entire mandate. And you have to know that. So this early technical disbursement is therefore the most important sign yet that the system is alive, the system is responsive, and the system is on course. I want this to be clearly understood that progress at this level is not performative. Progress at this level is never performative. It is rather procedural. That is what you call gradual by gradual. Though some count that as not a good English, but just by way of explaining, is gradually. All right. So if I must pieces it or pick it a piece, gradual by gradual. And the fact that the disbursement has been confirmed at a stakeholder level, this should fill every observer with intelligent optimism at a time like this, because no project of this nature would begin distribution unless the foundational framework is intact, very, very intact. So what is being witnessed right now is not the end. It is only the visible beginning of a greater unfolding. Very, very importantly. I want you to sip it down a little bit before I come back. I'm just going to join you in a moment. Don't touch the dial. Be with you shortly. Thank you and welcome back. This is Princess Seed Channel. In case you've not subscribed to our channel, please do that right now so that we can move together. This is a channel of hope, of tranquility and peace, of good news, and definitely that we would prefer. So, as a recap, that was not a sign of failure or abandonment. It's a sign of due diligence and necessary structure that is meant to protect the process from collapse and also to preserve the dignity of the recipient. So to everyone, now listen close. I'm addressing everyone who has kept the faith, to everyone who have stayed tenaciously, to everyone who have hung on, to everyone who believed in the faith of this process. Your patience has not been in vain. The fact that disbursement has begun at this technical level is a bold and undeniable affirmation that the mandate is real. It also signifies that the mandate is alive and the wheel is in motion. So this is not a season to give up. I've read a couple of you who said if you want to get or catch encouragement, you just tune into this channel over time and your mind comes at peace. You don't have to stop at that. We appreciate you for that line of strap, but at the same time you need to catch up. Encourage yourself. When you listen to the voice note and you are lifted, glory be to God, then get up from there. Pick up any pieces that you felt is a fragmented pieces, pick them up and make a monument out of it. Even when you see people trying to throw stones or backlash you, we had to sieve it for your heart's sake. Then you had to motivate yourself and say, well, I'm not going down. I'm not being crushed. I'm not being ostracized. I'm not being wiggled down. I'm picking up every fragment of the pieces and I'm going to make a structure out of it. So disbursement is real and is a sign that the wheels are in motion. So this is not a season, this is not a moment, this is not a time to give up. It's not a time to leave everything, abandon or feel, well, I'm tired, I'm not going anymore. No. This is the hour to align your expectations with the unfolding evidence right before you. The signs are no longer subtle, they are administrative. May I say that again? The signs as it used to be, the subtle signs as we used to have. Currently now, the signs are no more subtle as it used to be, but currently it's administrative. Yes, there are strategies. So the signs are strategic, in other words, and most importantly, they are progressive. We must also remember that visionary projects often birth in phases. Yes, the pioneers are receiving first, not because they are better than everybody else. No. It is simply because someone must open the gates. Someone must navigate the terrain and ensure that systems work for all. That process is on the way, where everybody is going to key into this process. Is on the way. And just as morning follows the darkness of night, the general rollout to everyone expected beneficiaries within the stakeholders forum will definitely follow in subsequent passion and fashion. And the current distribution to stakeholders is going to take effect for everyone, all and sundry, at a time like this. So that is the natural progression of this systemic execution. It has to pass through that procedure. So it is purely procedural. And let this be your assurance that what has begun cannot be stopped. The UAAG mandate is no longer a possibility, it is a reality in transition. That reality is moving closer to you each and every day. Hold fast to your expectation. Very importantly, hold fast to your expectations. Be grounded in truth, not in fear of rumor. Disregard the noise of impatience and embrace the discipline of understanding of processes. The process may not be loud, but it is deliberate. And when the fullness of the rollout reaches you, as it soon will, you will look back and realize that every moment of endurance was a seed for the harvest you're about to receive. The mandate would be fulfilled. The people would be reached. The masses would feel the pause of disbursement. The promise would be delivered. So what are you expected to do? Stay on course. Stay encouraged. Stay undeterred. Stay prepared. Stay planned. Stay loaded. Stay unbothered. Do not fidget. Stay unscattered, undeterred. Just stay in course, because it's going to reach you in full weight and proportion. I just felt I should drop this morning because somebody's in the house that needed a lifting. And if you know that you are the one I'm talking to, you're coming out of that pain. Yes, I know it takes pain to wait. But you see, the mandate would be fulfilled. And you as a person, you are coming out of that pain. The people will be reached. And you as a person, you are going to be a recipient of this reach out. The promise is going to be delivered to you. So this is not the time to feel ostracized, neglected, and abandoned. You're on course. This is our channel, and the other in the comment section. It's pinned there. Always join the channel also. We're going to be dropping some vital updates there today. So catch up. Subscribe to that channel as much as you do here. Listen attentively. Your time is now. Until I come your way again, I'm drawing the curtain for this morning commentary. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and it's your season of joy. Have a nice day. Bye for now.